Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to the latest matchday preview on the channel. Another huge game in League 2 at the top end of the table. It's Doncaster Rovers versus Colchester United. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to the latest matchday preview on the channel. Doncaster Rovers versus Colchester United, top end of League 2. Donny needing 3 points to maintain top 3. Colchester needing 3 points to maintain playoffs, so massive ramifications on this game. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel and continuing to do so. If this video has brought you to the channel and you like this sort of content and you want to stick around, please consider clicking subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if this is the first video that you have seen on this channel, this is a format that we go through match previews, look at previous meetings between the two clubs, current form in all competitions. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to say a few words about in their player profile, and then I choose an opponent's one to watch. But as I always say, you know your club much better than I do, so if there's somebody else that needs to be part of that conversation, get them in the comments down below. And then we'll finish the video with 3 predictions: a predictor team lineup thanks to FanHub, the predictions league table that me and the family do for every single league game this season, and then the all important score prediction at the very end. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. Donny and Colchester have faced off a total of 53 times in our history, and if you're a regular watcher of this channel, you'll know that at this point it's normally the opposing team that are doing better historically against Donny, but it's another one. 2 on the bounce. We had Tranmere last time, now Colchester, where we edge it in our history with 25 wins. Colchester winning 19. We don't draw that many when we face each other, so probably going to avoid putting that down as my prediction. We've only drawn 9 of the 53 encounters. Drilling down into our more recent 5 fixtures between the two, we go back to the 22-23 season where we traded blows. Colchester beat us 3-0 and then we won the return fixture 1-0, and then in the 23-24 season it was a positive season for Donny against Colchester with a 3-1 home win. I would certainly like to see that tomorrow, and a 4-1 victory away from home. That would be even better tomorrow if we could manage a 4-1 win. And then earlier this season was one of the few games where we've shared the spoils. It finished 1-1. So recent history, Donny edge it. Overall, we edge it, but it's 2 teams that are fighting for points, so it's going to be a tough one. Current form as well doesn't really point in any particular direction. Looking at this one, Doncaster drawn, won, drawn, and won, so unbeaten in our last 5 there. And Colchester, on the other hand, we've got a defeat in there, a draw, 2 wins, and a draw last time out. So a little bit more inconsistent than what Doncaster are. Last time out though, Colchester absolutely battered Crewe, but couldn't really find that breakthrough against 10 men. 18 shots at goal to Crewe's 3. I think Colchester will be disappointed that they only got 4 of those 18 on target, but the draw was enough, coupled with all the results around them, to break them into the top 7 at Grimsby's expense. Decent form at the moment has led them to 7th, but there's still a lot of work to do should they want a crack at promotion and stay in that top 7. 6 wins in 10 has certainly helped them on the way, and they'll want to continue that in the last 3. 4 of those were only by 1 goal though, so tight wins. The 2 defeats and 2 draws were the other results in their last 10. So it's been a good run of form at a good time. For me though, it depends which Colchester United turn up tomorrow. Wins against Port Vale and Notts County do show that they can go toe to toe with the teams towards the top end of the table. Flip the on the other side though, a heavy defeat 4-1 to Bradford and 2-1 and a 2-1 defeat to Grimsby at home also show that they can be got at if we play our game right. So yeah, depending which Colchester turn up could determine the result of the game. For Donny though, great result on Friday for us, especially similar to Colchester with the results around us. It meant that we climbed up to 2nd in the table, but it is about as tight as you're going to get in League 2 at the moment. Port Vale currently sit top on 76 points. We're just behind them on 75. Then Bradford on 74. Then Walsall on 73. And then Wimbledon on 70. So extremely tight with 9 points to play for. So every single point at the minute is absolute gold. 3 points is wonderful. So hopefully we can get another 3 points tomorrow. The scoreline Friday though, for me, probably flattered us to a certain extent. We only had 40% of possession throughout the game. we create plenty of chances, but I just felt like we were lacking sort of intensity at times. But we're dealing with a lot of injuries at the minute. Couple of suspensions, one suspension, sorry, and a couple of injuries to key players. A few games in quick succession as well. So maybe fatigue is coming in at this stage of the season as well. But results are what's important at this stage. So if we can get wins in our next 3 games and not play well, I'd certainly take that. It was good to see Westbrook back in the squad and in the team as well. I think we looked a lot more composed in the middle of the park when he was on the field as well. So yeah, great to see him back in contention. But yeah, good win. Hopefully we follow it up with another good win tomorrow. On to player profile. So for this one, I have gone with Starman Luke Molyneux, right winger, 27 years old. And what a player he has been for us this season. He scored his first career hat-trick against Tranmere on Friday. Free kick was just put into the right area, absolutely evaded everybody and snuck in at the far post. His second was our only second penalty of the season. Calmly slotted that straight down the middle. Real good composure to finish that one off. And then he finished off a good move from a rebounder Patrick Kelly shot to round off his hat-trick, first career hat-trick, which was great to see. And his contribution's been vital this season with 18 goals and 11 assists across all competitions. And I just hate to think where we would be without a player of his ability and calibre. So I hope he does win player of the season. He's up for that with 2 other players. The names escape me. I'm only bothered about Donny, so I hope he wins it, and it would be a thoroughly deserved accolade if he does win player of the season. But hopefully we can see him get a few more goals in these next 3 games. Another brace or a hat-trick against Colchester tomorrow would be nice. A couple against Bradford and a few against Notts County in the final game would be lovely to round this season off. Moving on to the opponents one to watch. So as I said at the start of the video, you know your club much better than I do. So if there's somebody else that needs to be part of this conversation or mentioned at this stage, get them in the comments down below, because this is not one that people would expect. I've gone with Samson Tavide. You've obviously got Lyle Taylor, Jack Payne, but I believe they're injured. They've not been in the squad for a couple of games. I don't know if they're going to be back fit for this game. So if you're a Colchester fan watching, please let me know in the comments down below. But at the minute, Samson is leading the line, 21 years old, centre forward, big, strong, powerful striker, can cause defences problems, and there's a bit of kind of expectation on him to be the source of goals at the minute, and he's scored 6 this season off the top of my head, a couple of assists as well, so he's contributing this season for sure. But yeah, he's their focal point, he's their target man at the minute. 101 career appearances at 21's not too bad. 16 goals, 12 assists, the majority of those, or a lot of those, coming this season. So I think with the injuries that they've got at the minute, the pressure is on Samson to provide the goals. So I think if we keep him quiet, there's a good chance that we could come away with 3 points tomorrow. But yeah, big, strong, athletic striker that we need to keep an eye on, keep tabs on. On to the predicted team lineup. So for this one, it's thanks to FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. I have stuck with what I predicted last time. I think there'll probably be a few changes just to freshen it up. I've gone with Sharman Lowe in goal, Sterry, Anderson, Senior and Maxwell as the back 4. Move Bailey back into the middle with Crew and Broadbent. Molyneux on the right, Gibson on the left, and Street up top on his own. Hopefully injuries start coming back at this key moment of the season. I think Sharp's probably got this game to play of his suspension, so hopefully he is raring to go against Bradford when he comes back. But that's the 11 that I've gone with. Let me know in the comments down below if you would change any of those. Moving on to the predictions league table. So if you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome of the game right but not the result, it's 1 point. Completely wrong is no points. And 3 of us went for wins against Tranmere. Max went with a draw. None of us got a correct score, so Chris gets 1 point, which pulls him to first. Max drops to second on 28. I close the gap with a point on 27, and my dad gets a point also because he went with a 2-1 win, so he's on 23. So there's still a chance that my dad can catch us up. He'd need 3 correct scores, and we'd need to get none right. So my dad's still in with a chance mathematically, but extremely tight between me, Max, and Chris. And that leads me on to the all-important score prediction. Now, I was going to go with a 2-1 to Donny. I think we will concede against Colchester, but I've looked back through predictions that I've given, and every time I go with a 2-1 we draw. So I'm staying away from that. Just kind of the superstitious side of me means that I'm going to stay away from a 2-1 win. I went with a 2-0 against Tranmere, and Colchester not scoring too many at the minute. Hopefully we can kind of keep them down to scoring no goals. That'd be great, and I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with a clean sheet, another huge 3 points for the Rovers. I'm going to go 2-0 again. Let's see if I'm right come 5 o'clock tomorrow. That's where I'm going to leave this one. If you've enjoyed it, stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.